Who's more likely to win MVP? Is it Love or is it Hurts?
I'm going to say Jordan Love. In his first full year of starting, 32 touchdowns, 11 interceptions, over 4,100 yards. He's the real deal. And if you watch him and you watch some of his mannerisms and the way he can throw the football from the pocket, the way he can throw the football on the move, the way he can change arm slots, he reminds you a lot of Aaron Rodgers. I'm not going to say he's going to be as great as Aaron Rodgers was or is with the 4 MVPs or Super Bowl MVP, but you watch his mannerisms, and he learned a lot of what he's able to do from sitting behind Aaron Rodgers and studying him. And if you look at him, he's polished. He's as good as, he's better than I thought he would be, because I don't think anybody thought he was going to be this good out of the gate. Yeah, sitting behind someone, and we saw him in Kansas City that year that Aaron Rodgers had COVID, and we were like, well, damn, Green Bay, y'all might have made a mistake with this one. But lo and behold, did they ever hit it out the park with this? So I'm going to go, Jalen Hurts is going to have to prove. Last year, he had a down year. He's got to prove that the year before that he almost won the MVP was not an anomaly. That this past season was an anomaly. And that's more of the norm. That's more of the trend. He's got to get that taste out of his mouth. And so right now, I'm going to go with Jordan Love.
All right, Shannon Sharpe. Talk about making confident statements on First Take. I like hearing that. This is Sports Guy talking that you guys are watching and listening to. I am Dustin Tran, your host, as I am here today to talk about Shannon Sharpe trusting Jordan Love to become the next Aaron Rodgers. With Jordan Love having a breakout season for the Packers, expectations are now sky high for Jordan Love and the Packers moving forward. In fact, there are now Super Bowl aspirations surrounding Jordan Love and the Packers as the hype is becoming higher and higher with each passing moment. Before I say anything else though, I want to present you guys with the topic question. So, here it is. Do you agree with Shannon Sharpe's take on Jordan Love? I do. I really believe that Jordan Love is going to become an elite quarterback by the end of next season. You look at Jordan Love's last 8 games for the Green Bay Packers, I saw tremendous growth within Jordan Love's game. The guy had 18 touchdowns to only 1 interception, and not only that, he took the Green Bay Packers to the playoffs, something that almost nobody believed in before the season started. You look at how the Packers wide receiver core is not necessarily the best out there. Christian Watson is his number 1 receiver. Jayden Reed is his number 2 receiver. And then for the rest of the receivers on the Green Bay Packers, who really cares about them, because they're not really big names whatsoever. And don't get me started on their tight end for the Green Bay Packers, because their tight end 1 is Luke Musgrave, a tight end I bet almost nobody has ever heard of outside of die-hard football fans. Even I hardly remember Luke Musgrave, which tells me the Green Bay Packers receiving core is not really that good whatsoever. They lost Aaron Jones in the offseason, yes, but they were able to add Josh Jacobs, who is one of the best running backs in the National Football League. I believe Josh Jacobs is going to have a huge year for the Green Bay Packers. You look at how he was able to lead the NFL in rushing with Josh McDaniels as his head coach. So now that he has Matt LaFleur as his head coach, I expect Josh Jacobs to have a great year with the Green Bay Packers. I know running backs have a short shelf life, but you guys also have to remember that Matt LaFleur is one of the best play call designers in the entire league, and that he is a far better head coach than Josh McDaniels. And you also have to remember he's going to be playing for a far better quarterback in Jordan Love compared to Derek Carr. I know Davante Adams might disagree with that statement, but we all know that Davante Adams is not necessarily the best guy to ask for judgment at the quarterback position, because if Davante Adams was smart, he would have stayed with the Green Bay Packers and would have stuck it out with Aaron Rodgers and Jordan Love. Instead, he requested a trade to go play for his buddy in Derek Carr, who is a mediocre quarterback. And what did the Raiders do? They got rid of Derek Carr. Now, whether or not they should have gotten rid of Derek Carr, that is another discussion for another day. I'm here to talk about Shannon Sharpe praising Jordan Love and talking about how Jordan Love is the next Aaron Rodgers. I agree with everything Shannon Sharpe said about Jordan Love. The guy's mannerisms is very similar to Aaron Rodgers. It's almost as if Aaron Rodgers coached up Jordan Love and made Jordan Love become the black Aaron Rodgers. That's right. That's how good Jordan Love has been for the Green Bay Packers. You look at how Aaron Rodgers started out his career for the Packers statistically. It's very similar to how Jordan Love started out his NFL career for the Green Bay Packers. However, here is the difference. Jordan Love was was able to win a playoff game in his first full season as a starting quarterback. Well, it took until 2010 for Aaron Rodgers to win his first playoff game. Now, of course, when Aaron Rodgers won his first playoff game, that's the year he ended up becoming a Super Bowl champion, where he won Super Bowl MVP honors, and he ended up becoming an all-time great quarterback. Well, for Jordan Love, I said something similar to that happening, except it will happen this year. The Green Bay Packers are my pick to win Super Bowl 59. I got the Green Bay Packers winning 14 games and Jordan Love breaking out into a superstar. I also got Jordan Love winning Super Bowl MVP honors. If the Green Bay Packers end up going to the Super Bowl, I believe Jordan Love will be the Jalen Brown of the NFL, in the sense that he will take a major leap and become an underrated superstar. I believe that this Green Bay Packers team is entirely under the radar. I'm surprised more people are not talking about the incredible rise of the Green Bay Packers, because they were the youngest team since 1974 to win a playoff game with that kind of roster. Obviously, Jordan Love had a phenomenal year for the Packers. He did everything you could have asked out of him and more. He's already accomplished more than several other starters in the National Football League. Take Tua Tagovailoa for an example. Tua has been the Dolphins starter for 4 seasons. I know that he had some time off in year 1 and year 2, but for the most part, Tua Tagovailoa has been the starter for the Dolphins during those 4 years. And how many playoff games has Tua won? 0, despite having Mike McDaniel calling the plays alongside with Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, and Raheem Mostert as his primary weapons. Meanwhile, you're looking at Jordan Love in Green Bay and you're thinking, what does he exactly have to work with? Yes, he's had a good running game for the Green Bay Packers, and that's very important. But you look at the weapons for the Green Bay Packers, his number 1 receiver last year was Christian Watson. Christian Watson would be a wide receiver too on most teams. I'm not saying Christian Watson can't play at a high level, but what I am saying about Christian Watson is that if he's your wide receiver 1, you're probably not going to win a championship with him as your wide receiver 1 with most quarterbacks. However, I see things differently for Jordan Love. Jordan Love has shown signs of being an elite football player. He's going to be a top 5 to top 10 level kind of quarterback by the end of the year. In fact, Jordan Love might already be a top 10 quarterback in the NFL. That's how good Jordan Love has been early on in his career, and I only expect Jordan Love to get better as more time goes on. In fact, I'm looking at the schedule of the Green Bay Packers right now. Don't be surprised if they enter Thanksgiving with only 1 loss on their schedule, maybe even 2, but that's about it, because this Green Bay Packers team is loaded right now. Their defense is going to get better. I like the defensive hire that they made. Any hire is better than what they had in the past. They had Joe Barry as the defensive coordinator for the Packers last year. He's now gone. Now they hired the former head coach for Boston College. That's a pretty good hire in my opinion. Then, of course, the weapons are going to take another step forward. I believe Christian Watson is going to break out and have an excellent year for the Packers. I believe Jayden Reed is going to become the Packers version of Deebo Samuel. He's going to be able to be the jack of all trades. The Packers will be able to run lots of reverses, and I expect Jayden Reed to have a phenomenal year for the Green Bay Packers. And of course, I expect Josh Jacobs to also provide some help in the running game for the Packers as well. As far as whether the Packers will be able to beat the Eagles on Friday night, I believe that will happen. The score is going to be 27-20 in Brazil, and I believe Jordan Love will be the difference in this game because he will outplay Jalen Hurts. And speaking of Jalen Hurts, Shannon Sharpe talked about how Jordan Love has a better chance to win MVP compared to Jalen Hurts. I absolutely agree with Shannon Sharpe. Even though I think Jalen Hurts gets too much disrespect in the media, I believe Jordan Love is getting even more disrespect in the media, and I believe both of those guys are going to have great years for their respective franchises. But ultimately, I think Jordan Love is going to have the better year when you compare him to Jalen Hurts. So that is why I agree with Shannon Sharpe's take on Jordan Love, as the Packers will become Super Bowl champions for the 2024 NFL season. Remember, go ahead and subscribe to Sports Guy Talking, like the video, and please comment down below. If you guys do that, I may shout you guys out in my Instagram story every Monday. That will be for the @DustinNashTran Instagram account. Make sure to follow me on Instagram @DustinNashTran and at Sports Guy Talking. Also, go follow me on Twitter @DustinNashTran. Again, go ahead and do those things that I just told you guys to go do. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed the content that was just produced. Peace out. I hope you enjoyed that video. Want more Sports Guy Talking, the home of great sports content? Make sure you click that subscribe button to get the latest from Sports Guy Talking. Go ahead and like the video, comment down below, Check the description box on the video in order to follow my Instagram and Twitter. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from the YouTube channel, Sports Guy Talking.